So again, welcome back to the Adam Bolden Stadium where we're getting ready for game number 2 between French Guiana and Grenada. And this too is expected to be another hotly contested affair in Tier 2 of this year's competition. Once again, our coverage is with the kind compliments of the folks at the TTFA, the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, Flo, and of course our media partner and the one who is distributing all our information out to the rest of the world. The CFU, the U14 Challenge Series, of course, is the name of the tournament, and we are partnered by FIFA with the Women's Development Program for 2024, so for 2025 rather, so a lot to look forward to.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Looking to put your brand front and center on the biggest screen in the house? That's where Flow comes in. With dozens of networks and thousands of shows, we can precisely pinpoint your customers based on interest and lifestyle all day, every day. From entertainment, sports, news, and foodies, we have them hooked. Contact one of our sales teams today. Flow, giving you a smarter...
And prior to that, Grenada. here at the Adelbolden Stadium as the two teams exchange pleasantries before they head into battle in this one. Of course, it's the 2025 CFU Under 14 Challenge series for girls. Remember, they play this tournament in alternate years, and last year was the boys, this year is the girls. Next year we'll be back to the boys again, God willing. Here, the referee, Wilkinson, Shandor Wilkinson. Janiqua Matthews is the first assistant. Latoya James is the second assistant. The fourth official is Alvina Francis. The match commissioner is Alex Francis. And delegate, of course, Sharon O'Brien. And Darez Dundas is the referee's assessor for this encounter. So we see the officials just making sure that everything is A-OK, and there is your referee for this encounter, Shandor Wilkinson. Just trying to make sure that they get everything right, and like I said, in addition to this being a wonderful opportunity for these youngsters to get a taste of international football, consider the referees. Many of them probably, some of them I should say, are just starting out in the officiating business. Others are a little more experienced, and but they're getting an opportunity to learn and to hone their skills. So just as the players are getting a big opportunity to taste international football, the referees are also at play in that regard as well. So they are no doubt enthused by this opportunity as well, and I'm sure FIFA are the ones providing it. So here we go as we get ready for the start of this encounter. This will be our second game today. Remember, we have two others later on this evening, and here they're gonna just switch around just a little bit. The Grenadians in their all green outfit will be kicking from left to right on your screen, and of course French Guiana will be going in the opposite direction. And we saw the Guyana senior national women's team battling out recently in the club tournament here in TNT put on by the Defence Force just last week. They reached the final, but they lost to the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force. And so I'm sure they'll be hoping that these under 14s can probably go one better than they did. The officials just check in to make sure that everything is in order. And before too long, we should be on our way in this one. It's French Guiana against Grenada, the 2025 CFU U14 Challenge for girls. So here we go. As we have the kickoff, and French Guiana, they'll be trying to settle quickly. In fact, both teams will want to settle quickly. This is good football going down there, and Fontenaire gets it inside, and but still they can't get it out of harm's way, and they push it further wide. And Fontenelle doing well. Can she keep it in? And just not able to get the pass off, but she's still going and gets it into the area. That one bounces off the chest, and here goes French Guiana again. That's another good ball. They're in business here. Can they get the cross in? And but they were in business, pushed out quite nicely at the back there from Hits. And when you have a name like Hits, nobody wants to come close to you. So a free kick to Grenada. As they start to get bodies forward now, finally after the kickoff. Thomas coming up to the line. Also up there's George. And but it doesn't get to any of them. Also, it doesn't get to Joseph. But here is a chance now for them to turn and twist. Thomas is trying her best, but she's crowded out. And eventually they go down, the two players. Good sportsmanship there. Hits trying to get the tackle in. And now it's just played forward. Presumably Francis trying to get involved. French Guiana now trying to control it as best as they possibly can. Looking to get some bodies going forward there, but Grenada doing well in the end. And that is Griffith, the captain, who gets it away. Here's a shot coming. The goalkeeper, instead of holding it, puts a boot onto it. But they still have possession. And of course, Hits gets it upfield. And they're trying to scamper down that right-hand side. Doing very well is Thomas. She's looking, still looking. And she just took her eyes off of it. And then at the very last moment, Montero timed her challenge to perfection. But here's the ball right across the face of the goal. And the goalkeeper deciding rather than use her hands, Modest, decided to use her legs. Throw in again is one, and trying her best there to keep it down as much as possible was George. But here's another ball aimed at that left wing position. And that would be a free kick there. Just a little too exuberant. Tackling almost always when you tackle from behind, the referees will frown at that. But a free kick to Grenada. Not a good one. It's taken, if he looks wide, it has movement down there. And still it's played very wide, but behind her. And that was a golden opportunity that was wasted there, because they had two players in advanced positions and they couldn't take advantage. There comes French Guiana again, trying to get bodies forward. And a good football again. That's a lovely ball played to there. Here's Griffith. And Hits able to get a boot on it. And another ball played back in the middle. But they still have possession. There's a shot! Goalkeeper bobbles it. And then has to scramble it back. But a good shot from Ross. Jolene Ross put her boot through that one quite nicely. And the goalkeeper had her issues there, and they were able to keep it out. That's Modest from Grenada. Still, they're not out of the woods yet. The French Guiana team getting their passes together, hooking up quite nicely, switching from left to right. There's a ball played down the line. Now, can she get behind it and keep it in? She does, or does she? And in the end, she doesn't. It's going to be a goal kick to Grenada, so they could breathe a little bit easier right now. Trying to get it across, and again, Grenada having problems getting the ball out of their own half with any kind of composure. Another ball played forward there, but coming through to intercept and running into problems. But French Guiana still getting into good positions early in this game. That's a tough ball. There's no way a teammate could get that. That would have had to be struck straight at her. So a throw in to Grenada as they really tried to weather this storm here. By French Guiana, lovely ball. Ball played back inside. Now, can she get the cross in? She goes tumbling over. The referee says play on. Still Guyana under the gun here. And another opportunity here for Griffith. She plays the ball across and somehow it's defended. But they're not out of the woods yet. She gets it across and the stab at goal. This could be a goal. No, it's over the bar. Well, well, well. How do you hit over the bar from inside the 6-yard line? And that should never happen. But she did. And that's because she was leaning backwards. That's the reason for it. Here she comes again, comes into the picture late with a starboard goal. And she just, it went up and over. Still not out of the woods as yet. This could be another opportunity here to get a shot off. And they could keep this one in and get the cross in. A better one. That's good football. French Guiana getting time and space to work. And here's a one just on the wrong side of the post. Not a bad effort at all, because it was almost out of nothing that she was able to get around it. And she almost snuck it into the post, on the inside of that post. Again, good anticipation as they win the ball back, turning, twisting, showing a little bit of trickery as well. And the ball across not handled very well. And again, good effort on the part of Tiffany. So Grenada really haven't settled down at all. They're having difficulty now getting their connectivity going. They can't seem to get their passes to hit the targets. And in fact, it's all French Guiana at this stage. They come forward again looking for numbers. That's a great ball. And another ball played forward, but only just intercepted. And now this one is going to go for a throw-in hits for Grenada. Looking for some movement. And not getting any there as they still get bodies to come forward. French Guiana really threatening here, but now can Grenada make a quick break here? Coming away with it is Joseph, and the keeper coming off a line quickly to quell whatever Mesandi disrupting Grenada's advances there. So no goals yet in this encounter. This is the second game. Congrats to Guyana. They were 2-1 winners a short while ago over Antigua Barbuda. Here it's Grenada 0, French Guiana 0. And Grenada really, they've been pinned back into their own half, and they haven't really been able to come out with any kind of consistency and with rhythm. Maybe now they might finally get something going towards goal, Grenada. nothing doing. They're being really pulled apart here now, and just in an offside position, and that they're going to have to be mindful of. Grenada coach very concerned here because his team is being really shredded at the moment because the French Guiana team, their passes are finding the targets with greater fluency and greater efficiency than Grenada's. Case in point, that was a long ball out, but look at it, only yellow shirts around it at the moment, and that was a late challenge, and that is going to be a free kick. Coming forward, and really she had lost the chance at the ball, but still went hard into Kehlani Joseph, and now she's feeling the effects of that challenge. So Hitz and Thomas trying to get out as they anticipate the ball going forward, but look how quickly it's back with French Guiana. That's another great ball. Can she get there? Yes, she can. Or does she? She just backed off a little bit, and now it's just held up there by Griffith for Grenada, and then they lose the handle on it. Nice football again from French Guiana. Shot comes off the back of the defender, and they will keep possession of it. That's another nice little ball played inside, and still going. The ball comes across, but too close to the goalkeeper. Again, Grenada not able to get the ball out as cleanly as they would like. And as a result, these two are really enjoying themselves. Now, just not able to really hit the target, and turning, twisting, doing very well. And Grenada still under the gun here. French Guiana, as I say, pitching a tent in their own half. That's in the Grenada half. And they get a chance here to bring this one forward. That's another nice little hook back. Time for a shot. Scores! Brilliant job indeed. Apalombi, or actually it's Tiffany, scoring a beautiful finish again. She picked her spot and finished it nicely, drilled it past Modest in goal, and just like that, it's 1-0 in the 14th minute. French Guiana. So that do it, Tiffany. Now they're back with it again, looking to build quickly. Vinga Taramin, hoping to get the handle on it. And but they're still able to turn away from the pressure. Domat does well, just a little bit too straight though. However, they will still get possession. She's offside from the time she touches it there. And the ones from behind need to see that she was already in an offside position. No need to pass her the ball. In fact, she could have played it, and one ball would have bisected the defense and probably chase it down herself. So 1-0. French Guiana taking the lead, deservedly so, I might add. That's another good ball, but again, just getting a boot in the nick of time to force the throw-in. And again, Adriana Griffith out there putting in a big shift early on. So another throw in to French Guiana. Their coach, I'm sure, would be a lot happier. Laurent Viltard. Here they come again, trying to get in behind the Grenada defense. And this time the defense holds, and that's a good ball out. Thomas now trying to track it down, and but just not able to do so. Good interception at the back from Monteiro. Hits with the throw. A lot of elevation, but no distance. And again, they're able to bring the ball out. Good composure shown. That's a great ball. And just over pushing it there, showing too much of it. But fighting back though. And in the end, it's going to be a throw-in over on that far side. And that's good passing. They're just trying to link up with each other. And on this occasion, they cannot keep it in. And that's going to be a corner kick to French Guiana. Going over there and trying to help out was Thomas. So Grenada now having to here is the ball coming across, but again they haven't been able to clear it out as easily as they would have liked. And they do get away, but there's nobody up front, nobody ahead. She's pointing to where she wants the players to go. And then trying to play it back as they go scampering forward. That's a good ball, but again, she left it to run, and as a result, it never got to its intended target. That's good football, seeing what they want, and trying to play that one into a space that was tight. But the ball falls nicely here, and nobody attacking it. It's almost like they're waiting to see what the ball does. Here it is again. Teed up, they go for the 1-2, but nicely intercepted. And Grenada again shooting themselves in the foot here, not able to really get the handle on it, and the goalkeeper again taking up a really bad angle and almost running into problems again. But it's going to be a goal kick when we come back, because it's a drinks break, a refreshment break for the players under pretty decent hot sun here, the noon time in Trinidad and Tobago. So at the break, it's 1-0 in favor of French Guiana. Freep is trying to get them back into position quickly to resume the game after they've had a little refreshment and a little pep talk from the coaches. I'm sure the Grenada coach must be a worried man at this stage. Just trying to get his troops going. They haven't really been able to fire just yet, especially on defense. They're under constant pressure from this French Guiana team. They're linking up nicely, getting the ball to each other, passing the ball, and playing with the ball. When I say playing with the ball, doing the things necessary to create opportunities. Here's another chance that almost fell their way, and they will keep it in play. Nice little ball play there. Can they keep it going? Still going, and another opportunity here, and just pushed off the ball, but Grenada very lethargic in getting the ball out of harm's way, and as a result the pressure stays on, and again it's just bubbling and going away. Belair applying the pressure down that left hand side. Here they come again, but that's a poor ball. Really, she was standing in an offside position there on the end line, or almost close to the end line. In fact, she stepped over the end line, so the ball would have gone out for a goal kick anyway. So hits with the free kick for Grenada. In fact, she left it for her teammate to get it upfield for them, Thomas. But again, French Guiana doing well. And just a bad pass there. But here they come again. Lovely ball. Play down this left-hand side here. Vingna Taraman. She runs into some problems, but plays a nice little ball in. And offsides is the call again. But again, you're just seeing signs here from French Guiana. They're just threatening to blow this game wide open. They lead 1-0, but I'm sure they'll be hoping to tack on a couple more before it's all said and done. And they win it back. But then they give it right. They almost give it back. Turning, twisting. Running, looking for some movement, and again she's running in an offside position. To talk about threading the needle, here's another shot that ricochets, and they have possession once again, and they somehow can't get it out of that danger zone. Now they could breathe a little bit because it's gone out for a goal kick. So Grenada could just relax a little bit, at least for the moment. But it's been constant pressure for them. And they really haven't been able to, again, they can't get the ball out of their own area with ease. It's always a bit of a scramble for them. Again, the ball just bubbling around there in midfield, changing hands quickly. Still, they can't really breathe very much, Grenada. And every time they feel they're in business with some kind of option, and that's going to be another offside call. No, good running though, because she came from deep. Can she cut inside? Does well. Is she going to play it across? She is. And still the shot not theirs yet. And so good defense, but they win it right back. In fact, they give it back to them. French Guiana though still pestering the Grenada defenders, not allowing them to bring the ball out comfortably. And you could just see the concern there. This group might be sitting a lot more relaxed. Their team is leading 1-0. It's the Grenada bench that might be a little more concerned. Hits. Plays a nice ball in, but again, look at how quickly French Guiana, they're attacking the ball. And their passes are finding their targets a lot better. That's a good ball in. Still going straight down Main Street. This could be an interesting battle here. Still going, and she's pushed off for this own goal. Well. She went tumbling in, trying to get there. And in the end, it looks like Thomas got it over the line for Grenada. But she got it into her own goal, Tasia Thomas. So in the 27th minute, Tasia Thomas with an own goal makes it 2-0 now to French Guiana. So a deserved lead. I don't know if that's the way they anticipated they would get it, but they'll take it all the same. And a handle ball, so they hand it right back again to French Guiana. They are looking to really tack on as many as they possibly can. Remember yesterday we already saw 7 goals scored and one player scored 5. And here is Montero as they try to bring it over on the near side now. It's picked up by Bringa Taraman. Hit's not able to control it. That's a good ball, and they come again, attacking the defense, still going, and is brought down, and that's going to be a penalty. Wow. Right in front of the referee, and you could see Adriana Griffith tripped up there, or rather she tripped up the attacker, and the referee had no choice but to point to the spot. So now, an opportunity here to make it 3 in the 29th minute. And it looks as if it's going to be Tiffany who will do the honors. She does have a good shot on her. So I won't be surprised if she drills this one to either side of the keeper. She's likely to score, because I don't know if the goalkeeper is going to save it, even if it's close to her. But if it's just away from her, it might be good enough. And there it is, comfortably done. And so Tiffany makes it Dado Tiffany. Or should I be Tiffany Dado? I would imagine. But we'll see. So now Grenada with work to do here. Plenty of it. And the players on both teams very sportingly, when they commit an infringement, they try to pick their opponents up. So it's going to be Hits who's going to try to get this one upfield. Grenada haven't had much to celebrate so far. And how quickly they're attacking the ball. Ball played straight down Main Street though, but a little too straight. As they still have numbers coming forward. And eventually here is the penalty that was conceded. Who conceded the penalty rather earlier? Thomas, trying to make amends here now. And the ball though just being hit upfield. And to not really with any serious conviction. Good football once again. They're on the move once more. French Guiana looking for somebody to dribble, then decides she's not gonna do so. She's in some trouble now, although she's being pushed in the back, and it's going to be a free kick. The referee's gonna have a word. They have to tell her you can't just barge over people. And she's probably saying, ref, I barely touching her, but she's falling down. And that's because she's probably giving away about 50 pounds to her. She's a big girl. And the others can't really match her for size and strength. But it's a free kick to French Guiana. They're already leading by a 3-0 margin. Can they make it 4 now? Good numbers. They have 3 or 4 players queuing up at the back post, so she's probably going to have to get some elevation on it. Referee says having a word with the young ladies, telling them what she wants. They cannot encroach, can't inch forward, as is the custom. Here's a lovely ball at the back post. The keeper is in trouble. It goes straight in. So again, with relative ease, French Guiana tacked on another one. And they've made it 4 now in the 34th minute of play, just before the half time. And it just sailed and kept going so comfortably. In the end, Desamir tacking on another one there. So they are here, there, and everywhere. They want the ball back now so badly because they're enjoying keeping possession. Here she comes again. This time she can't get it through, but still fighting for it. And that's a lovely little ball there. Just played it inside, kept inside nicely. Here is Tiffany. Plays a brilliant ball, and the referee's assistant has the flag up, but that's a great diagonal ball right across the front of the defense, and nobody could touch it. Well, that's great football, and I'm sure they'll be talking about it. So Yves Desamour, Grenada, can they build something? They are having real difficulty doing so. Picking it up now, Ross, trying her best, but she's under constant pressure. They give it away, chance for them to keep possession. That's another good ball, but it's just a little too straight, and allowing the defender the opportunity to stick out a boot. And she's doing well. And now, coming through from the extremities of the field, plays a nice little ball across, intercepted, and here we go. This could be another one, saved by the goalkeeper. Just on the stroke of halftime. In fact, with 1 minute of added on time, we're into added on time. That could easily have been another one. So Desamore scored to make it 4. Now, can they tack on another one here? They're playing this one short. Can she get it back to her? And a good football. Again, plays it wide, but that's a little iffy there. However, it does run for them, and that's a shot over the bar. So, with time running out here in the first half, the referee takes a look at the watch and must realize that time has expired in this first half. And if there's anything, she will just go. She wouldn't even let them take the kick. I thought she might have allowed them to take the kick, but that's it. 4-0 at the half of pulsating half of dominating football on the part of French Guiana as they lead Grenada by 4-0. And remember, we have second half action coming up in a short. Let me thank our sponsors once again. The Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, the CFU, and our special media partner, Flow, who are transmitting all our images all over the world. And of course, they're partnering with the FIFA as they continue to build capacity in terms of officiating here in the region. It's the CFU, the 2025 CFU Under-14 Challenge Series for girls. And we're live at the Attle Bolden Stadium. At the half, it's French Guiana 4, Grenada 0.
Ready now. Ready now. Ready now. We'll kick it down. We'll lift the dream. Caribbean girls, they never give up. Kick it like a champion, girl, rise up. From the sunshine shows we light it up. The dreams in our hearts and strength in our souls. We kick it like a champion. We run the world.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Association, together with Flow and of course the CFU, and were partnered by the FIFA as they all combined to make this possible here. FIFA with the Women's Development Program, assisting with the officiating and other matters in terms of the administration of the game. So 4-0 it is at the half. In this one, French Guiana well and truly in control over the Grenadan outfit that has struggled to put any real sequence together. And now we have a number of changes, it looks like, that are going to be made. Grenada, they were really struggling a little bit under the hot sun. French Guiana, though, they were cruising at one stage. And then they weren't getting the goals, and then all of a sudden they banged in 3 quick ones, including a penalty taken by Dado Tiffany. And so we're looking at some changes. So they're just trying to get their things sorted out. So 6 is on. (13) is off. And number 4 is also coming on. And for French Guiana, number 3 has also entered the fray. That's Melise Ambrose. Oh. So here we go now as Grenada start to go. They've also brought on Xavier Fortuné. And in addition to Akanya Peters, and in the middle of the park also they've gone on Elizabeth Purcell. So 3 quick changes for them here now. So French Guiana, though, they continue to roll. Lovely football once again as they continue their assault on this Grenada back 4 and really making life very difficult for them. Probably just overdoing it a little bit there and not able to come away with it. But this is good football again from French Guiana as they roll it around Desamour. And the captain has played another lovely little ball into the space there, and it just seems as if the player who has come on, she is having a hard time trying to control it, and that might be another forced substitution. The ball hasn't gone out. In fact, it's still in play, and it's only just gone off, and she may have to go off. It looks like Thomas, the number 3, is struggling. And I don't think she can even balance right now, but she's going to play it through. And this time Grenada gets the throw in. So it's a little bit ironic. They may be forced to make a substitution here because it's certainly not going their way at the moment. So Kelana Joseph with the throw-in. She tries to get it into Ross there, but it's taken away quite easily. And nice little ball played into space there by Domat. Guess an even better one played right into the heart of the defense. They still have numbers in there, still they play with it. And nobody seemed to be able to get the handle on it. That's a nice little ball played out there by Tiffany. And does she get the return? And no, it's going to come back in the middle of the park. That's good football. A quick little drag there and eludes two players in double quick time. And they keep going. And that was a late challenge there in the end coming in from Domat. Pulled up for it by the referee. So it's more or less one-way traffic, this one. And that one played away nicely, coming back, bringing it forward. Vieira tries to play the ball forward. It's missed there by Joseph, and she's going to get the return ball. The early ball, of course, Montero, and making good ground there. It's really just attacking the defense. Montero again. The ball played inside, and a bit of a tackle there that just is almost like a body check. And there's a more goes flying. But French Guiana, they keep possession. And it's played away quite nicely down that left-hand side. Ambrose, who came on. And here she is now doing very well. Fake them out. And they're just getting passes going. They're just toying with Grenada right now. As they bring the ball back into the middle of the park. Apple Bombi, turning, twisting. Nice little pass there now. They still have possession. Can he get it to Montero? Here's the shot though. It ricochets and hits, trying to get it out but doesn't. And then this is really a fluff at goal. She really didn't make proper contact, Belair. And it really trickled to the goalkeeper. She's having difficulty getting it out. And here is Hits again, getting it upfield, but to no one in particular, and it's intercepted quickly. French Guiana again on the march as they come in towards goal. A chance for a shot here, blocked. And she goes tumbling over, and but they can't get it out of harm's way. And still building all the time. And looking for some kind of movement there. Joseph anticipates well for Grenada, but then she's run off the field. But she does gonna win a free kick all the same, but really they're just relentless, French Guiana. They're not allowing them any opportunity to settle at all. So a free kick to Grenada. They trail by 4 goals to nothing. A chance to get this one upfield quickly. Griffith plays it up. But again, that's too soft. And really, she just gave it away. But they still get possession. Here's Vieira. Tries to get it. That's a good little ball, and it's probably going to stay in. She's looking for some assistance there, Montero, and they still have possession. And trying to play a ball, but her teammate was kind of like hiding behind the 2 big defenders. Taking her time here now, Fortuna, or Fortuna as she's probably called in Grenada. And she and George can't connect at this stage. So here is Fortune with the throw-in. Gets it to George. George gets it back. Tries to dribble. And then she takes it into touch for a throw-in to French Guiana. They continue to lead by 4 goals to nothing. And battling again, and not able to get control of it. But here now is Tiffany. That's a brilliant ball. Play down the left-hand side as they go racing up there. Belair. And coming inside now. Who's keying up for it? She's looking for some movement. That's a great ball, but the control just not there, and the ball is lost. Fontanelle really should have done better with that. Here they come again. This could be an opportunity for a shot. Scores! Brilliant goal again. And it says she does have a good shot on her. And she made it count there a go again. Dado Tiffany makes it 5-0 now in the 44th minute. A brilliant finish again. She just picked a spot and drilled it in the roof of the net. So that makes it 5-0 now. And they're looking for more, and they're on the march once again. This could be more problems here for Grenada, as they really look to be struggling right now to keep the pace with the French Guiana team. Of course, it doesn't help that they're under constant threat here with the heat, and so it's sapping energy, and at the same time you can't keep pace with their opponents in terms of keeping the ball, or at least keeping them in check, as they move the ball around quite nicely at the back. Apolombi plays a nice little ball forward. Here is Tiffany again, plays a great ball across, and here's a chance. Saved by the goalkeeper there. Montero was thinking goal on that occasion. And here is another collision there. This time it's a free kick going Grenada's way. And but again, a big collision in the area. Oh, and it's another penalty. So the referee has decided that that too is a penalty, and it's going to be another opportunity here. So in the 45th minute, it's a penalty. So they already scored one, and now Fontanelle is lining this one up. Can she blast it home? Came off Fontanelle. She runs up and just passes it back to the goalkeeper. Really a pass back straight at the goalkeeper. And it never had a chance, as they say. And again, Fontanelle almost got a look in there. Ross trying to get rid of it, but it's only as far as the defense, and they're just keeping possession and making life as difficult as possible for Grenada. But where are the options? As she's looking around, that's good football, very composed. And here they come again. Here's Tiffany Dado turning, twisting, playing a ball inside. And again, nice and pleased. And Apolombi plays a lovely ball down this right-hand side. Here they come again. And the ball played in Montero just a little too hurriedly. And she couldn't really pick up Fontanelle on that occasion. The ball just dropped there by the goalkeeper, and eventually it's taken away. Once again, here is Tiffany toying with the defense. Shakes off one challenge, still going. fans over the ball, looking for some movement, skips again. Now she plays the ball back. This could be a goal. She misses. Well, it's just not Fontanelle's day, because that should easily have been another goal here. She missed a penalty, and then this stab at goal goes agonizingly wide. So they're going to make some changes here. Fontanelle is going to come off, and her tough day is over. She's going to be replaced by the number 9, Amito. And number 12 is also coming off for number 5, Bella. And the last substitution is number 7, has also entered the fray. So 3 quick changes, and now here goes. If she gets a shot off, she does, but it's just a bit wide. And that would have been her first bit, Amito, first bit of action, and already she is threatening the goal. So this could be very interesting indeed. Mantaya Roberts is also on. And again, Grenada having difficulty. Joseph trying her best there to get out of harm's way, but then she's impeded by the substitute, the number 7, who has just come on the park, and already she's battling there, trying to see if she can win a free kick. Nelan Xavier. So tough day at the office for Grenada. They're really having a hard time putting their passes together, and still they battle for it, and probably just overdoing it a little bit at the back there from substitute Ambrose, but again they keep possession and trying to get it forward. Run into some problems there, and that should be a free kick. One back there quickly by Xavier. Nelan Xavier. Referee wants it taken from the exact spot. She looks up, she'll see that she has win. That's a great ball, but is she offside? Yes, she is. And again, they're just picking the defense apart here. That was an offside, but you could just see the intention and the thought process that is taking place there. She delayed, and then played it over the top. Beautiful ball. And again, they're on the move once more. Okay, they come down that left-hand side. This could be interesting. All the same. Roberts turning, twisting, and then comes back onto her right foot now. Plays a nice little ball inside. They mean business here, but she's offside. She's way offside. And luckily for her, she just made it back onside. And when the ball arrived, but also getting in front there is Amito. This could be problematic here now, and plenty of bodies out there, and the ball just being played around, and nobody seemed to be able to get the handle on it until it looks as if we have a player down, and she was being hammered around. She was in the middle of everything there, Domat, but then she probably got one knock too many. And she's in some discomfort there. She keeps wringing that hand. And so we have another little stoppage here, but 52 minutes gone in this game. And it's all one-way traffic here. And the referee says, hey, let's take a water break and give these players an opportunity to replenish. And I think the Grenadians would probably like that, and they wish it could be longer, because this has been a tough ask for them. And they really haven't been able to keep up with the passing skills and the silky moves, the silky smooth moves of the French Guiana team. And they're just picking them apart with their quick passes and their sensible play generally. And the scoreline suggests just that 5 goals to nothing. It should have been 6 with that penalty miss. To plunder there, to ponder over. It's not been an easy morning into the afternoon for them. So pretty interesting battles going on already. We've seen the French Guiana team take a 4-0 halftime lead. And now they're trying to finish off here. They're leading 5-0, and they have a free kick, and they're bringing one of their strong kickers forward. Probably trying to see if they can tack on another one before it's all said and done. So, oh no, they brought her forward maybe to try to play her the ball, and they just have to be careful. The ball played in, and the goalkeeper bubbles it and then is able to recover. So, Antonio Modest just doing enough there. And Joseph now, Kehlani Joseph. Winning the free kick there for Grenada. But they need a lot more than that. They really have to try and get something going. It's been a really tough afternoon for them. Griffith trying to get this one forward, but not much there. Here is Tiffany again. That's another great ball. Can they come inside with it? Still going. And a chance here to get it across. And she scores from a very tight angle indeed. And that makes it 6 now. And they want the ball back. They just seem so keen on adding more goals. And that it makes it 6 from a tight angle. The goalkeeper again not really able to prevent it from going in. So in the 56th minute, so Domat is coming off and number 15 is coming on. But really a splendid finish on the part there of Metania Roberts. So Grenada with plenty to think about here right now. And they've conceded 2 penalties. One was scored, one was missed. And French Guiana now trying to probably put the finishing touches. Somi is on. And that's another good ball as they again bring their bodies forward in an organized and deliberate fashion. But Grenada with a chance here. It's just the moment they were hoping for, but the pass is not a good one. And it's coming the other way quickly. French Guiana again on the march. And this Stephanie is doing she's pulling all the strings from midfield. And back in business. And it looks as if Domat was substituted quickly. And there's going to be a free kick going the other way now, and that is Some, who just came on as a substitute for Montoya. Or Montero, rather, is going to take this kick. She's preparing to go backwards with it, and looks up and they have good support all over the park. Ambrose. So Ambrose does well. Throw taken up quickly, and they're on the march again. And it just seems as if there's no letting up. They're just relentless with their pursuit here. Some gets a touch. It's back with Ambrose. She thinks of going right, then turns back to her left. And there's plenty of support over on that far side. The goal scorer a short while ago is on the march again. Here's Roberts. Can she finish this one off? And she does! That's 2 in double quick time. And the floodgates have opened again as they tack on another one in the 59th minute, or in the 60th minute of play, I should say. So Montoya Roberts, that's a brilliant finish on her part. So she has 2 in a couple minutes, and she could probably get more. As the scoreboard keeps ticking over. 4 in the first half, 3 in the second. Can they get a 4th? They're looking for it here as well. And they might just get it 2. This time she's forced back. And all the way back it goes now to Ambrose. She looks up now, very skillful, plays it across the park to Apelombi. Here they come again. This might be a chance. It's an offside call. So Apolombi has slotted in nicely at the back, and they're allowing Vieira to roam down that right-hand side as much as possible. And they give it away once again right in the midfield area. There is no room for them to do anything, Grenada. They're being harassed, and they're wilting under the pressure. Good football again. They're taking their time. They're not forcing. Apolombi keeping it, and they get moving forward again. Some trips over it, but they're able to get it back. Ambrose plays it wide, and they have plenty of options over there. Free as a bird, but she's offside. She just snuck offside there. So plenty of opportunities. And they win it back almost immediately. Slicing away forward now. Looking for a shot, I would imagine. And then when she kicks, she loses the handle on it. And but it's won back quickly. And French Guiana on the move once more. Picked up nicely there in the area, Xavier. She is bundled over. Again, a yellow card for Joseph. So Kelana Joseph goes in the bad books in the 63rd minute. But what a scoreline. 7 goals to nothing right now, and it could have been worse. They missed a penalty and several other good opportunities as well. So apart from the scoreline, the heat, the scorching sun here is creating all sorts of problems for Grenada. They cannot really get anything going. And this is a baptism by fire, as they say, for them, because they've not been able to do anything by way of getting out. Here's a ball played in at the back post, and that's a penalty. She put her hands up to protect, I don't know if it went up in the sun or whatever, but she put her hands up there and basically pulled it down like a basketball player. And that is going to be another penalty, and look who stepped up to do it. Tiffany, once again, she scored in the 14th. She already scored in the 29th, the penalty, and then she scored in the 44th. So she has a hat-trick already. Could she make it 4? Another penalty, and she hits it over the bar. Well. It's almost like they don't want to score anymore, or they don't want to score any more penalties, I would have to say. But that was a bad miss, because she certainly looked like she could. All she had to do is place it to either side of the goalkeeper, and she'd be in business just like she did earlier. So it remains 7 goals to nothing. And Grenada, probably for the last couple of minutes, are going to send on some reinforcements. So they try to, and then trying their best to avoid maybe I think they just want to see if they could get one. Now, here she comes again. Can she do something? This one played out wide again on that side, and they just keep in control. This is good football on their part, and forced into an error at the back again. Thomas, no choice but played out for a corner kick, but Montez and Co and all the others are just admiring this display here, because they are just tearing their opponents apart. Now, are they going to bring it in, or are they going to play it short? They decide, no, let's just play it. And Vieira went all the way over thinking she would get a short ball. Instead, it's played in, and it doesn't reach their goal area. So a little bit of a reprieve for them. Get it up to Thomas. She's under a yellow card now, so she has to be careful. And still battling there. And being harassed, taken away, and then nice skill, gets the ball over, tries to anyway, but Thomas recovers nicely, and these two are having a real battle going on there. And now Joseph goes tumbling over, Kelana Joseph, and she's holding her wrist or arm. She was trying to break that fall. She's going to be substituted. And Nevia Mark is coming on. Also coming off is Russ. And also getting a bit of a breather is Francis. Clark is going to replace her. And also coming on is Berkeley. And they're also hoping to add one other. So Ross has been replaced. And Nevere Mark is still waiting to enter the field. And that's because Kehlani Joseph is still down. She's getting attention and she's on the stretcher, so they're going to lift her off momentarily. But this is a real eye-opener for the Grenadian players. And they will learn about their own fitness levels. They also learn about their own individual abilities in terms of how to control the ball, how to pass it, and when they see how easily the players from French Guiana have been able to really just manipulate the ball and the spaces. And I think they will learn a lot from watching at that. So Mark is on finally. And sadly, Kehlani Joseph has had to be stretchered off. And, but sometimes those things look a lot worse than they really are, but it's out of an abundance of caution that they tend to strap them in. And little infringement there from Tiffany. But she had a chance to score 5 and missed out. But she may get that because we're into the final minute. But I would imagine we'll have quite a few minutes of added on time, 4, possibly even 5. But we'll wait to see. And I don't think the players will want 5. They're probably happy for the final whistle now, especially the players in green, as they really struggle to do anything. That's a good ball, but it's a little bit behind and intercepted nicely by Purcell. And a double team there, taking it away. That's good work. Can she get it back? That's an even better ball. Free as a bird now. This should be a chance here, and she scores. Lovely finish, lovely interpassing, and a brilliant finish by Amito. And they finally have goal number 8 in the 70th minute of play. So a grand pass to pick out Amito, and Mariska Amito makes no mistake. And it's now 8 goals to nothing. 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half, and we're playing added on time. In fact, we only have 2 minutes. And here we come again. More problems here for them. And trying her best to quit. Now Amito gets another bite of the cherry. And she was trying to lay it on there for Xavier. Xavier does well. And then she just buries her in the thing. Amito is kept running. Still battling. Amito does well, but unfairly, says the referee. And it's going to be a free kick going the other way now. So Grenada really just 2 minutes to hang on here, and or maybe 2 minutes to try to get something going towards goal, but they really haven't been able to do much in the first 70 minutes. I don't see them doing much more now. And they give it away immediately. Here's another attempt at goal that is going nowhere. And look how easily French Guiana wins it back. And now they're playing keep away. And that's good football again. Good interpassing. And can she get the ball? And that is not the ball. That could have been a straighter ball. But they still have possession. And she's offside. She just crept into that offside position. And the coach, always coaching, is not happy, even though they're up 8-0. And there is the final whistle here. So it ends 8-0 in favor of French Guiana. So they get their campaign off to a rollicking start here with a commanding victory. 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half. 8. There was a television series, comedy, 8 is Enough. And that was way back in the day. You have to be of a certain vintage to remember that. But it was something we always used to laugh at because of the name, 8 is Enough. And it applies here as well. So French Guiana, 8 goals. And of course, Thomas started it, or rather, Dado Tiffany started it in the 14th. An own goal by Tasha Thomas in the 27th. A penalty by Tiffany again in the 29th. And then Desiree in the 34th made it 4-0 at the interval. Then in the second half, Tiffany again, Dado Tiffany in the 44th. A penalty missed by Fontenelle in the 45th. Roberts tacked on one in the 56th minute, and then Roberts again in the 60th. And then a penalty missed by Tiffany this time. She could have gotten her 5th goal. And then in the end there, just at the death, Mariska Amito makes it 8. So these are some of the highlights. And really, it was all one-way traffic as Grenada really hardly threatened the goal of the French Guiana outfit. Here they come again, a brilliant opportunity to put this one in, but leaning backwards, slotting it over the bar. But they weren't done. That's a good finish. The goalkeeper, though, could have done better, using her hands instead of her legs. And that is Tiffany getting on the tins, and then that own goal there by Tasha Thomas, taking it over the line. And then a penalty awarded here. The referee right on spot, as it was Adriana Griffith doing the triple. So they keep pouring it on. So here they come again. Another opportunity. There is the goal. That's a brilliant effort from Tiffany. She picked her spot and just slotted it home nicely. This is there's a more with the penalty kick, though. It really was a pass back by Fontenelle. She just rolled it back, and then moments after that, showing it how it should be done, and a clinical finishing there by Roberts, Montoya Roberts. Montoya Roberts then added another one moments after that. So she had 2 in double quick time, and then here was Tiffany with a penalty. She should have done better with this, and she slotted it over the bar. And then in the dying stages, she picked out a beautiful pass here. That was a good finish from Amito, and Amito couldn't miss from there. And that was it, 8-0 the final score. French Guiana over Grenada. are joined here by Tiffany Dado. I just want to make that correction because she is the player of the match, and she scored a bag full of goals. She had a chance to score 5, but didn't on the day. I just want to ask her, and her coach is going to do some translations for it, how you feel about the amount of goals you scored and your team got a win.
Comment tu te sens après le nombre de buts que tu as marqué et le fait que l'équipe a gagné aussi?
Je me sens bien, je suis contente et ça fait plaisir.
She feels great and she's happy for the win.
Okay. Now, did you expect to win by that many?
Est-ce qu'on s'attendait à gagner autant? L'objectif c'était de marquer le plus de buts possible, oui ou non?
Oui, exactement.
Yes, exactly. We talk about that when because we see the game of yesterday, and today the objective is that to score the more possible goal.
Now, how does this set you up for the tournament? This is a big win. 8-0 is a huge victory.
Est-ce que pour toi c'est une grosse victoire? Est-ce qu'on a marqué le coup sur ce tournoi?
On aurait pu faire plus, mais oui.
Yes, it's a big win, but the team know that we can do better.
Well, let me just quickly ask you now, as the coach here, based on how much work have you been doing with these girls? Because they seem to know each other very well. How long have they been together?
In October, it's been 1 year that we begin the work with the girl. Not all the girls, because we are girls like Tiffany that they stay so far, but we work every 1 month. We try to do training, and before the tournament we make two stage of 3 or 4 days of stage, and work every day. Some day we have 2 sessions on a day, and that gives the result for the 2 first games of the tournament.
But you're happy with what you're getting from them?
Yes, we are happy, but we know that we can do better, and we're gonna work to do better for the next game against Suriname.
Okay, well, there you have it. 8-0, the final score in this encounter, and of course Tiffany Dado is the player of the match. Congratulations to her and to the French Guiana team. 8-0 over Grenada. We're not done yet. We're only halfway through what we have here today at the Atto Bolden Stadium. We have 2 other games coming up later on this afternoon, so we'll take a bit of a breather. I'm sure Tiffany is going to relax a little bit, probably get some sleep. She deserves it, and we'll come back with more later on. Just to remind you, thanks so much to the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association for making it possible. In addition to them, we also have Flo, our regional carrier, who are beaming our pictures right back all around the world, and to all the teams and the countries who have teams participating here. In addition to the Caribbean Football Union under whose auspices this tournament is also being run, and we cannot forget FIFA, because they are our partner in the overall development, especially with the females, the referees and some of the other officials who are getting invaluable experience at this tournament. So that's the situation, and we look forward to you joining us a little bit later on this afternoon.